Greetings. My name is Eric Lang, and I'm an author of several books that are detailed on my channel. And the ones that we're going to talk about today are the project management related nonfiction efforts. I've written two books in that space. One is Street Smart Project Management, and the other one here, you can see the cover over my left shoulder, is Engagement, Focus, and Tension in Project Management. Both of these books are focused on people aspects that are found in project management. I've termed these the people-centric project management phenomena, and there are many of them. And in the new book, the Engagement, Focus, and Tension book, I actually have an index at the back that details almost 80 of these peculiarities in project management when you have people involved. So whenever you have two or more people attempting a task together, people-centric project management phenomena will manifest. And for this first video, as I address each of these topics in turn over the next year or two, this very first video, we're going to start out with one that is universal and it kind of lays the groundwork for the other phenomena. And that's the N-1 concept and the matrix concept in the corporate environment related to project management. And for those of you who are not familiar with either of these concepts, you may not be aware of them, but you almost certainly work in these environments. And N-1 concept is a productivity play where you take the number of people that you need for a task and you subtract one. So if 10 people are needed to accomplish a particular ongoing work or project, either way, you subtract one from that, and this creates a stretch effect that increases productivity. And it works. This has been around for a long time. This is nothing new. This type of productivity effect is in all the corporate environments. This is why if you ever feel like there just aren't enough people to get the work done, the answer is yes, there aren't. And it's done on purpose. And I think being the first manager who gets to implement N-1, you get to really reap the productivity gains. Subsequent managers, it's not as easy because N-1 can become N-2 and N-3 and N-4. This video is not a discussion about whether this is good or bad. It works. It's there. There are opportunities that can be derived from the N-1 environment for project management, but awareness is what we're really going for here. As a project manager, you need to be aware that N-1 is real and N-1 affects your project management efforts. And you need to have tactics and strategies to deal with the N-1 effects. If you don't do this, it's just really hard work. So that's one concept, N-1. Let's keep that in the back of our mind. We'll talk about this other concept, which is called the matrix. And matrix organization is fundamentally organizing and grouping certain types of corporate functionality into their own groups. So IT, there's an IT department, not one for each section in the company. There's one HR department. Finance is often, there's one finance group. Marcom is another one. These are usually shared resources. It allows for the grouping of resources into a dedicated department, and it really facilitates offshoring as well. And which means that you as a project manager are operating in a matrix organization, and almost assuredly everybody that views this video is working in these N-1 matrix organizations. You're working in this environment means that you have what is that if you ever saw a job description and it says must be able to influence others without the legitimate authority to do so, the matrix organization is why that is in your job description. Because you as a project manager are going to require contributors who are going to get work done on your project, and they are going to be in these grouped matrix entities. So whether it's Marcom, and you see it in engineering as well, firmware, software, hardware, all these entities are grouped as a standalone unit, and then you are tasking them from your project to accomplish work. But here's where it gets really fun. The matrix organization and N-1 are implemented together, which means that you have contributors who are in matrix teams that you do not have direct authority over, who are overloaded with work. Okay, they're being put in a stretch environment, which means that every day these contributors look at the tasks coming in from multiple project managers, and they have some say in what they're going to work on. Now, technically, there's prioritization that happens and such, But this is where you get into the shiny object distraction, which is detailed in my book and will be in another video. And so N-1 matrix contributors overloaded with some autonomy in task selection. This is a challenge for project managers, but it's also an opportunity. It means if you, as a project manager, implement what is on the cover of my book, engagement, focus, intention. If you keep track of what's going on with contributors, you're able to influence where the focus stays. So through engagement, you achieve focus and things get done. Okay. Fundamentally, this N-1, this matrix, this is kind of the beginning. You understand that these happen, and once you see what this video has to say on this topic, and then you go out in the real world and start looking for it, you'll see it. You'll be like, hey, we are tasked heavily. There is no slack in the system. The pile is very high, and the contributors have some say in what it is they're actually going to work on. And realization of this understanding is absolutely foundational for moving forward with engaging people-centered project management phenomena successfully, and through engagement, focus, and tension efforts, achieve accelerated project execution that otherwise wouldn't be possible. But if you're not aware of this N-1, if you're not aware of the matrix, their interaction, and then how you as a project manager, without the legitimate authority to do so, can influence how these things are handled, without that understanding, it's really frustrating. With that understanding, it gets a lot easier. And once you learn this and you see it, and you go out and see it again, you'll never be able to unsee it. So this is my first video. We're going to wrap this up here. I think it's typical for YouTube videos to ask for subscribers and comments, very much comments. The books themselves are available on Amazon. If you're interested in an accelerated view of all of the project management people-centric phenomena and how engagement, focus, and tension interacts with them, that is readily available in paperback, hardcover, and ebook, and also on Kindle Unlimited. Thank you.